And when did you know that you wanted to become a manager? When was that moment that you said, this is it?
Well, there wasn't a moment. It was just during my career, I liked playing, but I like trying to understand why things were happening in football. So I knew that at one stage I was going to try it, but later you need to try and you need to like it. And I love it. I am enjoying it. I'm taking my steps. I'm not in a rush to reach the highest level. I'm taking things slowly, getting to know myself better, getting to have more experience to get better, and we will see from what will happen in the future.
Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. When you were starting out as manager, who kind of helped you out the most or gave you a piece of advice that you think kind of has helped you?
Well, mostly it's my family. We have always been very, very close to football, so we are like a family football. We have been into the game for so many years. My father, my brother, now my wife. After watching so many games, she gave me a great support. So those are the people that gave me a great support day by day when I have to, in the good moments, in the bad moments, and you live with them and they share everything.
And just talk about the fact that you like to learn so much about football, despite just playing it. Now there's so much, I suppose, respect, I think, for the stats that we get. The players wear everything, so you, of course, get to read them. How do you think that's changed and probably helped the game from when you were playing?
Yes, I think that with all those analytics, with all that data that we can get from each game, we can help the players get better, to get to know them, to get to know themselves better, to get to help them improve more in areas when maybe in the past we didn't have that information. But the data, the information is not everything. In football, you have to have that intuition, that understanding, and that knowledge about not just the data things that they are so important. You need to have the man management, you need to deal with the person, you need to deal with the team in different moments. So that's why it's so complicated, but it's so beautiful at the same time.
Man management sometimes goes so underrated. Who would you think kind of is your idol of a manager?
Well, my idol, luckily I have had great managers through my career, starting with Toshak, Denue in Sociedad, Rafa in Liverpool, Pellegrini, well, many, Ancelotti, Pep. So from each one I have learned. I have lived with them good, bad moments. I have tried to understand why they take their decisions. For me to start building my own vision as a coach or as a manager. But later, taking the best from each one, you need to build your own personality, your own style. It's not copy-paste. It's about being authentic, being your own self. That's the best way you are going to be able to transmit or to give one idea to the players. But for sure, I have had great managers, and I have been a privilege for that.
And with that said, good that you mentioned it, because what would your identity be? Because it's so interesting since, of course, you've played here at home in Spain, you've gone to Germany, you've gone to the Premier League. So what would, I guess, your influence or biggest influence or identity be in terms of as a manager?
Be open-minded to everything, and not just have one idea, to be able to have different ideas, sticking with your principles. I think that's important, and luckily in different countries you have the experience to live different things, and the more you know, the better you can get. And it's different Spain to Germany, it's different Germany to England, and it's different a team to the national team. So from each of them, I have lived great things.
And speaking of managers, I think that now it seems like German managers are very respected. They're very hot at the moment. And when you look at Jurgen at Liverpool, Man United now having Ralf Rangnick, even though it's for a short period of time, Thomas Tuchel at Chelsea. What is it about, I suppose, a German way that I think everyone seems to kind of want these days?
Well, I think that it's not something that it's a one-time thing. I think that for the last few years, something has been happening in the German football. I think that I would say that it would start around 2006 with the the World Cup in Germany.
Yep.
What the influence of Jürgen Klinsmann in that World Cup, it was important for what the German FA started doing with the German football, with the grassroots programs, with the players, but as well with the managers. And I think that German football, they want to push new managers, very young managers, and the profile of the manager is very brave, very intense, very physical, but with a sense, with a tactical approach of everything. And for sure, we have Nagelsmann, we have Tuchel, we have Klopp in mind, but there are others that in other clubs, they are making a great impact in German football, and I lived there, I saw it, I was there when I saw it, and I saw that it was great what they were doing. They are not shy that if they see the chance to give to a 32-year-old manager that he's good enough, they will give the first team. Last year in Dortmund, the second team manager, he was coaching Dortmund and he did great. So they are not too conservative. They like to push the new managers.
Jürgen Klinsmann works on our show.
And Jürgen Klopp and Tuchel, they started very young. Nagelsmann, he started so young.
Still is quite young, yeah.
He's still so young. But that's why it's a pattern. It's something that it's repeating many times.